My name is Shubham, and I'm working as marketing executive here at HIC Global Solutions. And as you know, that HIC Global Solution is a leading Salesforce silver consulting partner, having a presence across UK, US, Canada, and in India. All right. So today's session is going to be quite interesting, as we are going to talk about how we can seamlessly integrate data across app with DB Syncs, right? So for that, we have with us Mr. Debajit Majumder, uh, who is a partnership and sales manager at DB Sync. So welcome, Mr. Debajit. I hope you are doing well.
Yes, I'm doing well. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So before starting out, I would like to add few points that if anyone of you have any questions, you can type that in the chat box. Chat box will open for you all. So, all right, and we will try to answer it at the end of this session. So now over to you, Mr. Devujit.
Yeah, thank you. I'm a little nervous, so if I stammer or say something weird, please do excuse me. And I'm apologizing right now. I haven't expected so many people to actually talk to. So thank you everyone for joining in. I really appreciate it and taking the time to have a look at this platform that we have. Just to give you a heads up, DB Sync have actually partnered off with HIC quite a few years ago, back in 2019 with Piyush. In fact, one of my team members had actually reached out and said, why don't we actually partner up? Because you guys are a Salesforce consulting company, a pretty big company where you guys continuously work with customers who actually need to implement Salesforce or need to set up Salesforce from the very beginning till the end to make sure that the businesses run smoothly. So the whole idea of this DB Sync platform is we always have this question, or customers always have these issues, that whenever they're working in companies, they have 1, 2, 3 systems. Each system has its own functionality. Like, for example, say Salesforce, right? Salesforce is a CRM tool where it helps you maintain all customers' information, the transactions that you do. Okay. Then we have we have so many tools. I mean, since I work with most of the US customers, I would say the most basic accounting tool that they use is QuickBooks, right? So in QuickBooks also, it's very similar to Salesforce, where they actually maintain all company names, the contacts, and all transactions and invoices and sales orders, right? A lot of companies, what they do is they always have people working on separately on Salesforce, people have working separately on QuickBooks. The only common thing between them is that they have the same list of customers that they're working on. And many a times what happens is the data doesn't match up. Many a times what happens is one data is, don't match up or is updated incorrectly. One, probably some data appears in Salesforce, in QuickBooks, no one has ever heard of that contact or company, right? How do we make sure systems like Salesforce and other systems out there within the same company have all the relevant data at one place, making sure each and every data across all systems are accurate and correct? How it works? That's where our platform comes in. So DB Sync is an integration tool where we actually help customers push data from one system to another system and vice versa. The platform is capable of not just simply integrating 2 systems uniquely. We can add as many systems as we like and integrating to make sure everyone has the same amount of data correct across all systems. So there is no chance, no way of any double data entry or any incorrect data being updated anytime. That is where our platform comes in. It is so well automated. It is just as simple as simply using a push of a button and making sure the data is pushed in from one system to another and vice versa. So what I'm going to do is, right now it's 8:09. I'm going to talk briefly about DB Sync, where we come in, just for maybe a minute or two about the company. Talk about the workflows that we have actually built with Salesforce, and I'm going to show you a demo with Salesforce and QuickBooks Desktop, which is our most popular integration across the US. You will find a lot of customers going for that integration, and we'll show that pre-built workflow, and at the same time we are also going to show you a demo of how that integration really works. All right. So let me share my screen. Bear with me. So guys, can you see my screen? Yes, no,
yes,
maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can see.
A company which is based in India called Avankya. And it is one of the first few Salesforce incubated companies where we actually built the very first integration platform between Salesforce and QuickBooks Desktop. When we did that successfully, over the years, we started generating a decent customer base. And as we did that, once our platform was stable, what we did was over these last, I would say 13 years, we have introduced close to 35 systems that we can integrate today. It's not just Salesforce and QuickBooks. We're actually well recognized as a company and well covered by Gartner and Forrester Research, G2 Crowd, and Capterra. Back in 2019, US Inc. had actually considered us to be the fastest growing private companies in the US. And not only are we partnered with Salesforce and Intuit for QuickBooks, but we are also, partnered with Microsoft, Sage, and all the other relevant systems that we're integrating with today. We're highly reviewed on AppExchange, Microsoft, and Intuit marketplaces. Currently, our offices are actually based out of San Francisco, Nashville, Tennessee, and we have folks in Bangalore, India. Today, I'm actually proud to say that we have literally over 810 customers today. And over this period, we have successfully completed 3,500 projects. Now, when I talk about projects, these are integration projects, not just a simple project between Salesforce and QuickBooks, but also complex, customized projects successfully that are running in today. Right? So, yeah. So, like I mentioned about our platform today, it's not just about Salesforce and QuickBooks that we just manage. We manage multiple systems. We have a lot of shipping and logistic systems like ShipStation, field service management systems, e-commerce systems, databases and business intelligence and analytics systems that we can integrate all today on this platform. So close to about 35 systems that we do today, right? So this is just to give you an idea of the gist of our customer base. It's all a mix of small, medium, and enterprise-based customers. So to give you an idea of the enterprise customers, you can see on the top, we have Amazon, Philips, and Scotia. Scotia is one of the top 5 banks in Canada who we've been working with for the past 6 or 7 years. And all medium customers like Garden City Hospital, Custom Toll Free, Fiserv, and small companies like Uniguest, Cast, Flu Busters. It's all a mix of small, medium customers. So we can actually manage, or we can actually accommodate any size of customers today at this time. Right? You see a lot of people are actually coming in, and I'm just simply admitting them one by one. So apologize. Okay. So over the years, when we have actually built this platform between Salesforce and QuickBooks, whenever we bring in a customer, we notice that they always follow a certain workflow from Salesforce to QuickBooks. Understanding that, like after like maybe about 100 or 120 customers, we decided to build these pre-built workflows for all the customers. You know, the most standard workflow that 90% of our customers are actually using it today. It could be Salesforce to QuickBooks Desktop, Salesforce to QuickBooks Online, Salesforce to databases, Salesforce to NetSuite. So we have actually built all these pre-built workflows today. So one example that we have actually created is between Salesforce and QuickBooks Desktop, right? So using our platform, people who create accounts or contacts on Salesforce we can easily push that data over to QuickBooks as customer and contacts, and whatever customer and contacts we create on QuickBooks, we push that over to Salesforce, right? Any jobs we create on QuickBooks, we can push it over to Salesforce child accounts, and any opportunities and line items that we create on Salesforce can easily be pushed over to QuickBooks as either estimates, sales orders, invoices, and even sales receipts and line items. And any of these that are created on QuickBooks we can easily push them over to those respective opportunities and line items. Same thing, any products we create on Salesforce can easily be pushed over to QuickBooks Desktop as items and vice versa. So anything beyond this that we notice are very unique cases for customers because of the business that they run, and they are all part of the customization, which we can also do as well, right? Any questions here so far? No? Okay, all good? Okay, moving on. So what I'm going to do is now, I'm actually going to, since I've shown you the workflow, I'm actually going to take you through a brief, just show you the system, how it works in the back. This is integration for the customer. The whole idea of this is that customer just needs to focus on Salesforce or just QuickBooks, and DB Sync will take care of pushing the data when they need it and how they need it, right? So, hold on. Okay, so, I've actually opened up your e-copy site. Hold on. So this is actually our website, mydbsync.com. Whenever you guys get a chance, you can actually visit the site and get information about all the systems that we are able to integrate, how we are able to integrate. If you ever would like to see a demo of other systems, I would be more than happy to show you that demo for you guys. It will also talk about the solutions that we're currently providing. It's just not just the integration between Salesforce and QuickBooks. We also provide backup and restore for Salesforce, and even replication as a product with Salesforce. So most of the time what happens is, in order to access this integration, you have to visit our DB Sync integration site, which is available here once you click on login. So once you click in over here, it'll take you straight to this particular integration site. This is where you have the opportunity of setting up the integration between Salesforce and QuickBooks, for instance, today. You can even customize the workflow between the systems. You can even schedule the whole workflow as to when you need to run it. Could be 5 minutes, could be every 15 minutes, could be once in a day, once in a week, twice in a month. Anyhow you want to schedule it, this is where you can actually get to do it, right? So once we log in, it'll take you straight to the page here. Let me just show you how the home page looks like. So this is the home page where everything happens. Like I said, you can schedule the integrations, you can set up the integrations. This is also the place where you can actually buy and renew your licenses using our shopping cart here at our integration site. So the development studio, for instance, is the place where you can actually maintain all your integration projects and set up those integration projects, schedule them. Everything happens at the development studio. Template library is where I actually talked about the workflow where we have these pre-built workflows. You can actually download that from the library and create a project between something like Salesforce and QuickBooks today, right? Any questions here so far? No? Okay. Okay. So moving on. So I'm going to take you straight to the development studio. You can see here, these are the projects that I currently have or running. For example, Salesforce and QuickBooks Desktop, which I'm going to do today, Salesforce and QuickBooks Online, Salesforce and NetSuite, Shopify and Salesforce, Shopify and QuickBooks Online. So these are all the integration projects that I actually have right? So before that, just to give you a demo, right? So by the way, are you guys comfortable with Classic or Lightning? If I have to show you guys a demo.
Anything will work, no worry.
You sure? I know a lot of folks are comfortable with Lightning because many customers, what happens is you have to ask them, that do you want me to show you in Classic or Lightning,
So Classic will be okay. So please go ahead with Classic.
Okay, cool. So taking you through the Salesforce and QuickBooks Desktop project, before we get into the workflows that are set up, it is important that DB Sync needs to have access to your Salesforce and your QuickBooks account in order to push data between the systems. Without that, obviously, we can't push data just like that, right? So when we go to connectors, all you have to do is click on Salesforce Connector, for instance. Here, it'll ask you to, would you like to connect to your Salesforce account? So it's going to look like this generally. So you click on the box, it's going to open up a pop-up window, enter your credentials of your Salesforce, and voila, you're actually connected to the Salesforce account. Same way goes when you want to connect with your QuickBooks. Now, for QuickBooks Online, it's easy. You just open it on your Intuit website and enter the credentials. In terms of the QuickBooks Desktop, for example, we require the file in order to access it. So here, for the QuickBooks, my QuickBooks file is actually on my laptop under this location. So all I need to do is copy and paste it and put it right here and download a web connector specifically only for desktops. This doesn't happen for other integrations. So you need to have a web connector that helps you to run the integration between Salesforce and QuickBooks. So the connector actually looks something like this. Okay, this is a one-time setup. Okay, you don't have to even worry about it, or even the customers don't even have to look at this, because once that is done, it'll keep running at the back. So you have an auto run option here. It'll just simply help you to run this at the back once it is set up. It'll just keep running the integration frequently whenever it needs to, right? It's that simple. So once we get permission, once we get access to the QuickBooks file, then I'll show you our project and the workflows. So see this, it's so simple that with a touch of a button, you can just simply activate the workflow or deactivate the workflow. It is that simple. There is nothing else that you need to do to run your integration. Okay, like you can see here, for each most common workflows, beginning from the top, we start off with pushing data from Salesforce to QuickBooks, right? And as we keep coming down, it'll be all from QuickBooks to Salesforce. Okay, that's how we're pushing the data. All you have to do is just simply turn it on or turn it off, whichever your company needs. You just go ahead and turn on that workflow and start running the integration. It is that simple. Okay, there's nothing that you need to do here. Okay, so let's do a demo right now. Okay, really quick. So to save time, what I did was I actually created a company name on Salesforce, putting in the information, whatever is available to me, like HIC, the company name, industry, annual revenue, address, website, and all that. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and create an opportunity. Like a hypothetical scenario would be where HIC is deciding to buy a license from DB Sync. So I'm putting that as a transaction here and show you how that is created or pushed into QuickBooks. And then once I receive the payment, how it appears on Salesforce, right? Back to Salesforce, right? So here's what I'm going to do right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and create a new opportunity. Meanwhile, if you guys have questions, please feel free to ask. So I'm just putting in some basic data right now. Generally, everyone puts it in. So let's say everything went well between HIC and DB Sync, and I'm marking the opportunity as closed won. Okay. So I've created the opportunity. Now I need to put in more details to that opportunity, particularly the product that you're planning to buy, for example. So I'm putting in the product as well here. So let's say you decide to buy DB Sync, Salesforce, and QuickBooks Desktop. Say you decided to buy 2 licenses from me. So nice of you. And then I put in the comment here to SSQVD licenses from DB Sync. And I've created the opportunity. I've mentioned the product that you guys are planning to buy, everything. So now DB Sync, the way how we push data is by trigger points. Most of the time it's a trigger point. So for example, you can see here that we have actually created a field on Salesforce under the name DB Sync. So for instance, if I'm requesting for an invoice to be generated to QuickBooks, that is when I put that information. DB Sync then recognizes those trigger points as changes on the account, either on Salesforce or on QuickBooks. And then that's how we recognize and push the data accordingly, right? So now that I've requested for an invoice, I'm going to go ahead and run the sync systems to see what changes have been made on Salesforce or QuickBooks. Oh, there you go. HIC is showing up now. So the moment that happens, they see that, okay, HIC has requested for an invoice to be pushed over to QuickBooks. So now when we are doing that as a platform, we immediately check QuickBooks and see that if any account has been accommodated, okay. If any account has been created on QuickBooks, right? By the way, I'm getting this notice about this meeting is going to end in 2 minutes. We need to pay something to upgrade or add a few minutes. Can anyone take care of that?
Ankur, can you please take it?
Yeah. Please go ahead, Debajit.
So what happens is when we don't find that information, DB Sync as a platform, we immediately create an account on QuickBooks. We go ahead and start pushing all the relevant information from Salesforce over to QuickBooks, like maybe address, phone number, whatever the customer needs, right? We can see how, what information, we can see the company name here, the address, everything has been pushed over successfully from Salesforce to QuickBooks, right? It shows you the product that you plan to buy, my line item that I actually typed in just now, how many products, and the total price has been actually showing up. But here's a very big question. There are a lot of people out there who don't have access to both systems. I mean, let's say I'm just simply using Salesforce. How would I know that it's got updated on QuickBooks? But how would a QuickBooks guy would know if Salesforce has actually got or invoice has been pushed over to Salesforce? Nothing to worry about. All you have to do is you just go ahead and refresh that particular opportunity on your account, and it shows that the invoice was successfully updated on your QuickBooks. And here's the unique QuickBooks ID that has been generated for this particular product and opportunity. That's it. that gives you the confirmation. You don't even have to worry about reaching out to someone from QuickBooks or an accounting team. Hey, has this been done or not? It's that simple. Same way, now that let's say HIC decides to make a payment to this, right? So out of 9,600, let's say you guys had just paid me what? Half. Okay, you didn't pay me the full amount, so let's say you just paid me half, right? And I just processed this payment here, save and close, and I've made the payment. So I've received half the payment here, right? Now, again, I just need to run the sync manually. It can run automatically if you want to, but just for now, I'm just going to run the sync manually. So again, it's going to do the very same thing where it's going to go ahead and find out changes being made on QuickBooks Desktop, changes being made on Salesforce. And then if there are any new updates, we go ahead and push the relevant data to those respective accounts or create an account and then push the data that is needed. That's how simple it is. You would never have to actually, once this is all set up for a customer, you don't even have to look at this integration even once. This whole integration that you can see.
Debajit, I'm really sorry to interrupt, but I'd like to mention that we are running out of time here.
So I'm actually done. It's just going to take another 2 minutes. So
yeah, sure.
So now that the sync is run, you can see here what we have even done for this particular opportunity and product. You can see that out of 9,000, so we are expecting 9,600 from you guys. We haven't received a payment yet, so the balance is 9,600. Once this payment has been processed and this is run, right? All you have to do is just refresh, and it shows you here, bang, that out of 9,600, you guys have paid me 4,800, and another 4,800 is remaining as the balance. So this is your bi-directional sync between Salesforce and QuickBooks. This is the data integration that we are talking about. Easily set this up. If customization is required, we can even customize that workflow. This is your bi-directional integration from DB Sync. And I'm really looking forward, especially to folks who are probably from the Salesforce team here, I'm guessing, and what do you say? Especially customers who are, you're working with Salesforce folks and you're setting up the Salesforce for them. So all I can say is you just need to go ahead and tempt and reach out to them. Say that, you're setting up this Salesforce. You have other systems. You want to make sure that these systems are able to, you want to integrate them together. Do you have any plans of integrating these systems together? I know a company who actually does that. We've been partnered with them for so many years. They're the best in the business, and that's DB Sync. That's all you guys have to keep doing and work on, So yeah, so that is the integration between Salesforce and QuickBooks. I'm sorry, I just crossed over by 4 minutes, but
no worries. So we have a question here from Bhagwan S. He's asking, does it sync attachment to QuickBooks?
Yes, you can also sync attachments to QuickBooks as well. We also do data migration, because what happens is initially what they want is, since the data is not updated or not matching up, we can even do migration of data, including attachments or invoices, to make sure both the systems have the same data. And then we go ahead and run the setup.
All right. So I think this answers your question. And if you have more questions, you can write to us, or for further details, you can visit our website and also follow us on social media. And I would like to thank you, Debajit, for sharing your insights on how we can seamlessly integrate data across apps. So now I think we are good for now. And I would like to once again extend my thanks to all the people joining today, and especially Mr. Debajit. Thank you for joining us today.
No problem. I hope this was educational. This is an idea. especially to the Salesforce team who are working with customers. This will certainly, give us an opportunity to work together. It'll give me an opportunity to talk to your customers and, work together on this. So whenever you guys are working on Salesforce customers, just ask them, are they using any other systems and do they want to integrate that? DB Sync would be the right integration tool.
Sure. So hopefully we'll work together.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so thank you everyone for joining the call. So it's time to say goodbye.
Yeah.
Thanks,
All right.
everybody.
Guys, thank you. Bye bye.
Take care.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.